Hello, my name is Waylon Anderson, and I'm here to talk to you today about the educational merits of video games. Now, there are many parents across the U.S. who hold this notion that video games can be detrimental to a child's neurological development. And some would even go so far as to say that certain video games, violent ones in particular, can actually encourage violence in young children. Now, there's a group in opposition to this, and these parents believe that video games actually have a place in the classroom. They can be an effective educational tool if used by the teacher in the right way. Now, during the course of this presentation, we're going to look at both sides of the argument. We're going to look at the negative effects of gaming, and we're going to look at the positive effects, as well as the educational merits that they might offer. Now, there have been many, and I do mean many, case studies done on the cognitive and behavioral effects of gaming on the human brain since gaming's inception. Research has shown that gaming can improve hand-eye coordination as well as visual motor skills. There's even proof that playing video games can have a therapeutic or stress-relieving effect on the game player itself. The opposition believes that gaming has little to no educational value, and that excessive play can lead to aggressiveness, addiction, and antisocial behavior. Now, game developers from across the globe have been working for years on how to integrate education and gaming. Now, researchers in China have found that the following attributes are already found in the majority of most games on the market, and these learning attributes are social. Gaming is very social, especially online gaming. It's not just one kid locked in the closet playing against a bot. It's a whole network of gamers cooperating together to achieve tasks, sharing strategies, and sharing ideas. So once again, gaming is very social. Gaming involves a lot of research. You can't just jump into a game. You have to read the instructions, learn the controls, and get a feel for the gameplay. You may also invest in a strategy guide. So once again, gaming involves a lot of research. Gaming also involves a lot of problem solving. The actual plan of the game itself is problem solving in its purest form. You must gather information and apply different methods for solving a variety of tasks within the game. And skill transfer. Skills learned in real life and in previous game experience can be applied or transferred to a new gaming experience. Now, the Chinese researchers have also pointed out distinct advantages of the educational gaming over traditional learning. Video games allow each player to learn at their own pace or ability. The game provides an equal amount of interactions to each individual student, so no one will feel like they're left behind. Educational games will also help a student interact and socialize with fellow gamers, as stated before. And they can also teach students how to follow legal regulations and morals just by playing within the confines of the game. Now, despite all these positive aspects of gaming covered in the previous slides, there's still doubters out there on gaming. The amount of sex, nudity, male gender bias, extreme violence, and negative or stereotypical portrayal of lesbian, bisexual, gay, and transgender characters overshadowed any educational benefits that game might offer. Gaming addiction has also been presented as one of the major drawbacks to using games as educational tools. Gaming addiction involves a player that isolates themselves from family and friends in order to focus on gaming achievements. They will avoid all forms of social contact and neglect even the most basic errands of daily life. Their personal hygiene will suffer. They'll stop paying bills, or they'll show up late to work. You name it. It's almost like being addicted to a real drug. Now, another theory that critics of gaming like to champion around is video game related or inspired violence. In 2010, a group of researchers from Texas A&M they compiled case studies from the past 30 years to define the effects of media violence on adolescents. Now, the researchers took into account, demographics, ethnic background, family history, history of violence, delinquent behavior, negative life events. The results of the case study were inconclusive, as the researchers were unable to definitively prove that there was any correlation between violent games and violent behavior. Now, there were some instances that indicated that there was correlation, but not enough to validate the theory. Now, my take on it is this. I've been a gamer for at least 25 years. I've played games from all genres, role-playing games, first-person shooters, side-scrolls, you name it. And they've ranged from educational to ultra-violent. I've experienced first-hand educational benefits of gaming. I was introduced to gaming at a young age within the public school system, and I've always enjoyed it. I've always found it stimulating and informative. Now, we're living in the digital age, where reliance on technology is becoming more and more prevalent. I've already introduced my own children to educational video games and interactive games, and neither one is even of school age yet. So as far as violent games go, there was never an instance for me at least where the lines between reality and the video game world started to blur. I like to think of myself as being well adjusted. So to recap, do video games have educational merits? Of course they do. Video games are not only a source of entertainment, but they're also a great tool for educating children as well as adults like myself. From tiny iPhone game puzzles for your kids to multi-million-dollar flight simulators, video games have proven time and again to be productive academic resources. Evidence supporting the argument that video games are harmful is inconclusive at best. I've never met anybody who went crazy for playing Mortal Kombat, and I really doubt I ever will. So I'm calling on you, the American consumer, to get out there and buy a PlayStation, a Nintendo Wii, a VTech, or a Leaser, and start enjoying the benefits of gaming. And who knows, you might just learn something in the process. My name is Waylon Anderson, and thank you.